look around your house and don't know where to start. Every corner has work to do. Every room needs cleaning, and just thinking about it makes you tired. If you're feeling this way, I want to say one thing up front. You're not wrong, you're not lazy, you're just overwhelmed. And honestly, there's no single formula or perfect starting point. But there are some areas that if you tackle first will make the biggest difference. In today's video, I'll share 3 key areas. Areas that when simplified will make your home feel more airy and clean, and most importantly, inspire you to keep going. We're not talking about tips or stressful checklists. We're talking about changes that really matter, from the kitchen to the closet to your kids' toys. And if you've ever asked yourself, is it possible to live in a clean, comfortable home without having to do the hard work of cleaning every day? The answer is yes. But you don't have to do it all. You just have to start in the right place. Let's get started. The kitchen is one of the first places to simplify, not because it is the easiest to clean, but because its impact extends to the whole family's life. The kitchen is not only a place to cook, but also where many families start and end their day. A tidy kitchen not only saves you time, but also brings a sense of comfort and initiative in daily life. Cleaning the kitchen can make you hesitate at first, because there are too many small items from electronic devices. Cutlery to food containers of all sizes. But because there are so many details, just rearranging a little bit will make a clear difference. The space becomes brighter, preparing meals is easier, and cleaning up after dinner is no longer as heavy a pressure as before. One reason why it is difficult to start in the kitchen is because there are too many items attached to expectations. Maybe you bought a vegetable chopper because someone recommended it online, or you kept cooking tools because you thought, I'll cook more someday. But in reality, if the item doesn't fit your current lifestyle, it's just a pain every time you open the cupboard. You don't have to throw everything away. Just ask, does this item serve the way I live today? If the answer is no, even if it was expensive or a special gift, you can still let it go. Keep the things that are essential easy to use and make you feel lighter when you're in the kitchen. You can start with the simpler areas first. For example, the utensil drawer. There are often duplicates or rusty items. The food storage cabinet. Only keep cans with full lids. The spice rack. Filter out spices that are expired or never used. Or appliances. Pick 1 or 2 that you actually use regularly and put away or give away the rest. Once you've reduced the amount of stuff in your kitchen, things get easier. You cook more often, order out less. You find it easier to invite someone to help you wash dishes or clean up because they don't have to guess where something is. And sometimes just seeing an empty kitchen counter can make you feel a little better. If you're wondering, how do I keep my home tidy when life is so busy? Then the next video is perfect for you. I'm going to share 10 little things that people with tidy homes do every day without any effort. I hope you don't miss them. Now back to today's content. Next, we'll move on to another place that has a big impact on your mood and energy every day, your closet. The wardrobe is one of those areas that is easily overlooked but influences our emotions more than we think. Standing in front of a closet full of clothes every morning and still feeling like you have nothing to wear is not only time-consuming, it's also a silent drain on our mental energy. Clutter. Inappropriate choices, ill-fitting choices, or choices that are no longer yours, all of which make getting dressed every day a small burden. A closet is more than just clothes. It's filled with expectations, insecurities, and sometimes even guilt. There are items you buy but never wear. There are items you keep because you'll wear them when you lose a few pounds. There are items that are associated with a version of yourself that you think you should return to, but never really want to. These items, even though they don't make a sound, have the power to make you feel inadequate every time you look at them. The solution isn't to throw away a bunch of items or to have a perfect minimalist style. Just ask yourself 2 simple questions. Does this item fit your body right now, and does it make you feel comfortable and confident? If not, be honest with yourself, you probably don't need it right now. For the items you're not ready to let go of, try the time capsule method. Simply put everything in a box, label it with a date, and put it away for 3 to 6 months. If you don't remember them or take any of them out, that's a clear signal to let them go without any lingering guilt. If you're someone who likes to have clear boundaries, you can try a method called Project 333. Pick 33 items of clothing, shoes, and accessories to wear for 3 months. It may sound restrictive, but many who have tried it agree the less you choose, the lighter your mind. You don't have to think too hard every morning because you know that everything in your closet is right for you right now. A light closet not only saves you time every morning, it also helps you feel good about yourself. You no longer obsess over that "I'll look better when I'm thinner" item or that expensive item you bought on impulse. And most importantly, you allow yourself to live in the present moment, not some expected version of the past or future. Now let's move on to the next area. In the next section, I'll talk about another special area, one that you may not think needs cleaning but actually takes up a lot of space and affects the way you live in your own home: children's toys. Children's toys are one of the most overlooked types of stuff, but they can spread the fastest throughout the house, from the living room to the bedroom to the kitchen and even the car. If you have young children, you're probably living with a large amount of toys that you don't even realize have accumulated. Toys may start out as a sentimental purchase. Something you think your child will like, something you didn't have when you were a kid, something you bought because it was educational, stimulating, or simply on sale. But over time, each little thing adds up, forming a system that your child can no longer control. The irony is the more toys a child has, the more bored they become. When there are too many choices, their brains become scattered and their creativity decreases. They don't know where to start, what to play with, or they put one toy away only to find another. Eventually, the house is full of toys, but playtime is short tempers flare and they often end up asking for electronics. If you want to change that, the most effective way is to reduce the number of toys, even drastically. Start by getting rid of toys that are broken, missing parts, or haven't been played with in months. Toys with sentimental value can go in a keepsake box but don't necessarily need to be in the daily play area. A simple way to sort through toys without causing a panic is to put them away temporarily. Put them in a sealed container and tell your child if you need anything, just say so and I'll get it back. And you'll be surprised most of the time they won't remember them anymore. After a few weeks or months, if nothing is being asked for, you can safely find a way to give it away. You can also limit toys by space rather than quantity. For example, all toys must fit in these 2 boxes. If they don't fit, something needs to go. Children thrive when they have a clear framework, and in fact, when they're no longer surrounded by mountains of stuff, they learn to play more creatively, more focused, and for longer periods of time. One final note. If you're looking to reduce your child's electronics, you don't have to buy new toys to replace them. In fact, the fewer toys, the more creative your child will be. Don't worry if you're not sure whether to keep the Legos or the clay. Whatever is left will get played with if you make the space for it. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, a house with fewer toys is not a house without toys. On the contrary, it's an environment where children can develop their imagination, independent play skills, and concentration, and it's a quieter place for you too. Now let's move on to the next area. Area 4 is paper and mail. There's one type of clutter that doesn't make much noise, but it accumulates quickly and silently stresses us out: papers. Mail on the kitchen counter, bills on the desk, school papers, warranties, manuals, lists, invitations, reminders. None of them seem urgent on their own, but together it feels like 1,000 little voices are clamoring for your attention. The truth is 80% of what comes into our homes as paper doesn't need to stay. But because you think it's important, you hesitate and then decide to keep it. So it piles up and we tell ourselves, I'll deal with it later. But then it rarely comes. The trick here is simple: create a storage area, a little place for all the papers to go. Just one easy-to-find place, a wall-mounted pocket, a tray, or even a labeled basket. This alone cuts the clutter in half, because now at least everything is in one place. Then establish a little rhythm. Maybe every Sunday evening or while you make your morning coffee, go through it. Recycle what's done file, what's important, and get rid of what you don't need. It doesn't take long, 5 to 10 minutes is enough. And the more often you do it, the easier it gets. You don't need a filing cabinet full of files. Just a few folders labeled to pay, to file, and to read. Store them in a magazine holder or a slim drawer. Another way, if you already have piles of papers lying around and the thought of sorting them makes you want to give up, here's my advice. Don't try to process them all right now. Instead, grab a trash can or a box and sweep all your loose papers into it. Don't overthink it. Just gather them all up, bills, flyers, kids' drawings, receipts, and label the box to be sorted later. Then leave them alone. For now, just focus on what's coming from today forward. Establish a comfort zone, build a new habit, and get used to simple, consistent paper management. Once you're comfortable, you can go back to tackling the piles of paperwork one small pile at a time without stress or guilt. This way, the old clutter won't hold you back from moving forward. Once the papers have the place, your surfaces will be cleaner. You'll never lose important things again. And most importantly, you no longer have to carry the worry of, I need to sort through this pile of mail with you every time you walk by. Let's move on to the next area. Area 5 is the entryway. Let's move on to one of the most overlooked yet powerful spots in your home, the entryway. Whether you live in a large house or a small apartment, the first space you enter sets the tone for the rest of your life. If your entryway is cluttered, shoes everywhere, bags piled high, coats off hangers, it's a silent indicator of stress. Every time you come home or rush out, you feel like you're living in a mess. And that feeling doesn't stop at the door. It follows you into the next room, into your thoughts, and sometimes even your mood. But when this area is designed to be simple and functional, everything changes. You feel more in control. You're no longer tripping over your shoes or digging through piles of stuff to find what you need. You walk in and feel like the house is working for you, not against you. Start on the floor. Limit each person to 1 or 2 pairs of shoes in the entryway. Use a rug tray or simple low shelf to delineate the space. When shoes are neatly organized, they're no longer a tripping hazard or visual distraction. Then move up. Coats, backpacks, handbags, attach hangers to each item. Choose sturdy hangers at a comfortable height. Too high and people won't use them. Too tight and they'll just toss them on a chair. And don't forget the little things. A tray near the door can completely change the flow of your day. No more rummaging through your pockets for your keys or wondering where you left your wallet. You walk in, put them in one place, and they're there when you need them. Simple but effective. When your entryway feels calm, you enter and exit with more ease. Mornings are less chaotic, evenings feel more welcoming, and over time, it becomes one of those small, quiet systems that makes life feel easier. If you're still feeling like your home has too much to do, too much to clean, and you don't know where to start, I hope these 3 areas will give you something to lean on. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to clean it all in one day, and you don't have to force yourself to conform to any particular standard. Just pick one spot, the kitchen, a closet, or a toy corner, and start there. The great thing is every time you clear a little bit of clutter, you're not just clearing the space. You're clearing the invisible pressure you've been carrying. And little by little, your home will feel more breathable. You'll also feel more in control of your life. I know this journey isn't easy, but you're not alone. And you don't have to do it all at once. Just start and let the results build over time. If you're wondering, how do I keep my home tidy when life is so busy? Then this next video is for you. I'm going to share 10 little things that people with tidy homes do every day without any effort. Not habits that require discipline, not hours of cleaning every day, but small, gentle, almost unconscious actions. But when repeated regularly, create a space that is always tidy, stable, and easy to live in. See you in that video. And if you find today's content useful, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next shares. Wishing you a very peaceful day.